3. Emma Hardy.
Chair, Mr Walker, it's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship. I think we all accept that there was an ever-increasing demand for adult social care, and in fact, when I was looking at the data for this speech, it said 5,000 people a day, according to NHS Digital, are trying to access social care. But I think sometimes we forget about the human being behind the figures in this, and this wasn't what I was actually going to use in this speech, but it's something that stayed with me since, and I want to share it with you. A couple of weeks ago, I knocked on the door of a family, and I was talking to the woman there, and she was telling me about her sister. And she said to me that she was really keen for me to read this research, which was, why do adults with learning difficulties die more early and sooner than adults without, when there's no physical reason for that to happen? And she told me about her sister, and she told me how she was the younger sister and it was her older sister, but despite being the younger sister, she'd helped her older sister learn how to speak. She'd helped to look after her when she was younger. She used to visit her, and they were very, very close, despite the fact that her sister had numerous learning difficulties. But 2 years ago, her sister had died at the age of 51. And the woman who was talking to me about this was clearly still very upset by this, and she said she died because there was no reason for her to get up anymore. There was no reason for her to get out of bed. There was nothing for her to do. She said years ago, her sister had been involved in volunteer work placements, and she got really excited when she used to earn her money and she was given a bit of a wage at the end of the day, and she felt like she had a reason to get up. She told me they used to have activity coordinators in the care homes who went in there and did work with them and activities, and they did gardening and they did all these different things. However, the past few years, everything has gone. And she said there was no reason for her sister to want to still be alive. And so she stayed in bed, wouldn't get out, and then generated a serious health conditions, which resulted in her passing away at only the age of 51. And I think we sometimes forget about those things, and we talk about care, and we talk about, is 15 minutes enough to go and care for someone? Well, 15 minutes might be enough to stick a microwave meal in the oven for somebody, and 15 minutes might be enough to give someone their medication, but is 15 minutes enough to care? And it feels like we've lost the caring from our caring system. We've lost the time to actually sit down and spend with each other and show that human contact and that human care. And I feel as automation increases, maybe that human interaction feels it can disappear even more. There's these fantastic new homes, for example, which are run by voice activation, so you can tell in your home them to open the curtains, and you can tell them to open the drawers, and all this advances in technology as a reason to decrease the amount of human interaction. And I worry about that. I worry about where we're going as a society, where we're replacing humans with automation, we're replacing that caring with just functioning. And it feels like we've developed a system where people function, they don't get cared for. So I think we need a fundamental rethink, and the time for tinkering around the edges has definitely ended. I'm really, really pleased, obviously, with the Labour Party's proposals for free personal care. And I hope with those free personal cares, they look at giving the time to care and the quality and the status to carers, instead of them being just dismissed as being people on minimum wage who aren't significant, but actually give them that quality and status. In the same way we should view our carers, we should view in the same way we view our nurses, as people giving a quality service and people making a difference to our society. So it's time for all of us to put the care back into caring, raise the status of the profession, give people the time. And I'm very proud that that's exactly what the Labour Party intends to do.